If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Throughout history, there have been cases that change the way we think about justice, equality, and human rights. These cases often spark strong emotions and debates, with people on both sides holding passionate views.
We've got some breaking news. The US Supreme Court
Returned not guilty verdicts.
overturned the landmark Roe versus Wade ruling.
Some court cases have shaped the entire societies, challenging long-held belief and forcing us to what is right and what is wrong. In this list, we will be looking at the top 10 controversial court cases that just not made a headline but left a lasting impact on the world. Number 10. O.J. Simpson's murder trial, 1995. Let's start with O.J. Simpson trial, a case that grabbed the attention of the entire world. A famous NFL player was accused of murdering his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman. The trial wasn't about the crime. It became a reflection of the racial divide in America. Many believed O.J. was innocent, while others were sure he was guilty when he was acquitted, meaning he was found not guilty. It shocked a lot of people. The trial left us questioning how much race, fame and money influence justice. Number 9. Roe v. Wade, 1973. Next we have Roe v. Wade case, a case that changed the laws around abortion in the US. The case was about whether a woman had the right to choose to have an abortion. The court ruled in favor of giving women that right.
Landmark ruling, the Supreme Court today legalized abortion.
And this decision became a huge win for women's rights activists. However, it also caused a lot of controversies, with strong opposition from people who believe life began at conception. The case is still debated today, with people fighting either to protect or overturn the decision. Number 8. The Nuremberg Trials, 1945 to 1946. The Nuremberg Trials took place after the World War II and dealt with some of the worst war crimes in history. High-ranking Nazi officials were put on trials for their role in the Holocaust and other atrocities. It was the first time the world saw international justice on this scale. These trials brought up tough questions. Should leader be held responsible for the action of entire country? Can justice truly be served for crimes this horrific? The Nuremberg trial set the stage with how the world will deal with the horrific crimes today. Number 7. The trial of Julius and Ethel Rosenberg, 1951. Julius and Ethel Rosenberg were a married couple who were accused of being a spy for the Soviet Union in the Cold War. They were charged with giving nuclear secrets to the Russians. People were terrified of communism, so the trial was highly emotional. The Rosenberg were found guilty and sentenced to death, but many people believe they were treated unfairly because of the anti-communist fear sweeping the country. Their accusation still raises questions about their time during the national panic. Number 6. The trial of Galileo, 1633. The trial of Galileo goes way back to 1600 and remains a powerful example of the conflict between science and religion. Galileo was an astronaut who supported the idea that the earth revolves around the sun, which went against the teaching of Catholic Church at the time. The church put him on the trial and forced him to take back his claims. The case shows how new ideas, even scientific ones, can face strong resistance, especially when they challenge traditional beliefs. Number 5. Brown versus the Board of Education, 1954. Brown versus Board of Education was a major turning point for fight in the civil rights in America. This case challenged the idea that black and white students could be forced to attend separate schools. The Supreme Court ruled that segregation in public schools was unconstitutional.
May 17, 1954, the Supreme Court of the United States ruled that segregation in the public schools is unconstitutional.
This decision helped end racial segregation and gave hope to many people fighting for equality. However, it didn't end racism, and schools across the country were slow to change, showing how hard it is to turn legal victories into real progress. Number 4. The Scoops Monkey Trial, 1925. In 1925, a teacher named John Scoop was put on a trial for teaching a theory of evolution in a tenant's public school. At the time, a law made it it legal to teach anything that went against the Bible story of creation. This trial became a symbol of the ongoing battle between science and religion. While Scoops was found guilty, the trial sparked a nationwide debate on whether schools should teach on scientific theories or stick on the religious belief. Number 3. The trial of Saddam Hussein 2005-2006. After being followed the US invasion of Iraq, the former dictator of Iraq, Saddam Hussein, was put on a trial for crime against humanity. Saddam was accused of ordering mass killings and other brutal acts during the rule. The trial was supposed to bring justice, but many questioned whether it was fair since it was happened in the middle of a war. Some saw his execution as a necessary end for a tyrant, while others believed the process was rushed and didn't follow international legal standards. Number 2. The Rodney King Trial 1992. The Rodney King trial is another case that sparks outrage, especially when it comes to police brutality. Rodney King, an African American man, was brutally beaten by police officers in Los Angeles. Even though the beating was caught on video, the officers were acquitted, meaning they were not found guilty. That decision led to massive riots in LA as people protested against racism and police violence. The trial and its aftermath forced America to take a hard look at the racial inequality and how the justice system treats people of color. Number 1. Dred Scott vs. Sanford 1857. Finally, we have the Dred Scott case, a devastating decision for the African American before the Civil War. Dred Scott was an enslaved man who sued for his freedom, arguing that because he had lived in a free state, he should no longer be enslaved. The Supreme Court ruled against him, saying that African Americans, whether enslaved or free, could never be US citizens. This decision fueled tension that eventually led to the Civil War. The case is now seen as one of the worst decisions in US history.